I'm Kat and I play red. Today we are going to look at a game from, I'm going to say, a rather prolific designer. There was a news article going around recently. I think he's close to 1,000 published games. I don't think there's many designers that can say that, so I think you know who I'm talking about. But the game is Mille Fiori from Rainer Knizia. We do like his games. They tend to be hit or miss with us. Kingdoms, which is a very old one by him, we love. We actually wore out our initial copy of it. Some of them land a bit flat, to be honest. But we like this. So let's have a look at it. Help make history, craft glassware, trade and secure the support of the lagoon's residents. Learn the secrets of glassmaking to find the perfect mix of strategy and tactics to make your fortune as the lagoon's most successful glassmaker and win the game. So we have our main board here with all the different coloured regions. Each player places their ship at the start of the trade route and their scoring marker on 0. Put 3 of your glass diamonds aside for now. These may or may not be used in your last turn, so I'm going to hide them behind the box there. The number of players will determine how many cards we start with in the display. So we're set up for 3 players here, so we have 4. With 2 or 4 players, it's 9. At the start of each round, you're going to add 1 card per player from the deck. So 3 players, so we're going to add 1, 2, 3 cards. Each player is then dealt 5 cards from the deck. So 2, 4, 5. There we go. Pop those over there for the blue and green player. Each player will choose their card for the turn simultaneously. So let's have a look at what we've got. I don't really like any of them. Once everyone has chosen their card in secret, play will begin with the start player. So I'm going to choose that card. Pop that face down in front of me. I've chosen my card. Everyone's chosen their card and I'm going to be the start player. So I go first. So I'll play my card, place a diamond. Once all players have been, you're going to pass the remaining card to the player on your left. Play continues like this until all players have 1 card left in their hand, and this final card is going to be placed face up in the display. So at the end of the round we'll have 3 additional cards in the display. You're going to pass the start player card and begin a new round. So let's actually have a look at the cards and see what they do. Up the top here in yellow, we have the workshop. This is where you'll find the raw ingredients needed to make glass. I need to just find a card for all of these. Here we are. So you're going to play an orange card and place a diamond onto one of the spaces with a matching symbol. It doesn't have to be adjacent to any other diamond, yours or anyone else's. However, you'll score more points if they are together, so you're going to kind of want to connect them. So this is actually a pigment. If I place here, I am going to get 2 points for this diamond and any that are connected. So if I'd already done this, I'd gain 6 points. Any of the other raw materials here will only give you 1 point for each adjacent diamond, but the pigments are slightly special. Now, if you manage to get a diamond on all 4 of the different materials, and this is why you might not want to place adjacent, you're going to get a bonus, which is shown here. If you're the first person to get all 4 materials, you're going to pop it on the 20, then the 15, the 10 and the 5. So to say, that's why you might not want to place adjacent. Also, if you manage to fill the 3rd space in a triangle that's got this diamond in the middle, you're going to be able to play an extra card. Now, let's just, oh, it was the pigment I placed. So let's say purple was here and I placed that pigment. I'm completing the triangle, so I still get the action. So keep an eye on what other people are doing up here. So whenever you see this orange diamond symbol, you're going to get an extra action. You're going to choose from the cards available in the display. Take one, stick with the workshop, take that, and I can then place on this space here, there's not one nearby, let's go there. This can lead to extra turns, so you can actually chain this quite nicely, because again, if the purple's obviously closest to me, if someone else had those and I placed there, I'd get another extra action. So keep an eye out for when you can chain your multiple actions. Next, we're going to have a look at the purple area, which is actually the card I chose. So let's take those off. So I'm going to play my purple card, which is the residence area. This is where the islanders live. Simply place on the next free space on the track and you immediately gain the points shown. However, if I already had a couple here and I placed there, I'd actually get a total of 9 points because these are all joined. This is your bonus area for that region. So here I actually have 3 different numbers, so I'd get an extra action. If my extra action was to take that, I'd then have 4 different numbers. I could place a diamond there and gain 20 points. Now, this is what I mean about chaining. So you could, if you were really lucky, manage to get a few turns there. But keep an eye on that. So here, your different numbers give you the bonus. The townspeople area here has 2 regions, the nobili and the populi, because the noble folk aren't going to mess with the common folk. So let's find a card for this area. Have I got one in my hand? That would be handy. No. Handy, get it? Oh. So if I were to play this card, this area is slightly different in that you don't have to place on the depicted space. So while this is a lobster space, I could pop it anywhere else I wanted to. However, at that point, I wouldn't score points. So if I place it on lobster here, I'm going to get twice the number of points it's worth. So in this case, it's on the bottom row, it's worth 1 point. It's doubled because I've matched the card. I'm going to get 2 points. You cannot place in these areas unless the adjoining spaces are built. It's a tower. You can't just place in the middle of the air. So if I was here, I could then place there. Now, I've ended up completing a pyramid here. So I'm going to swap some tiles out. Now I've completed a pyramid, that's going to score. However, the additional points aren't doubled. But if I just placed that, say I placed it with the lobster card, which would be valid, I'd get 3 points for this one and 1 point for the one at the bottom. However, purple would also get 1 point. This will happen with even bigger pyramids, which are possible here. So if I'd place that there, all of this pyramid would score. I'd also get an extra turn. I'd also have one of each different type, so I'd get to place, oops, purple. Why am I giving purple points? I'd also get to place in the bonus area and get 20 points. Now, this area works in exactly the same way, but obviously it has different symbols. In the trading area here, you're effectively selling the items you've made. We've got glasses, carafes, jewellery and swans for some reason. So if I were to play the earring card, I would place on an earring space. When you place, if I were to place there, all players who have diamonds on that commodity are going to score. So we have 2 earrings, so each diamond is worth 2. So purple would get 2 points and I'd get 2 points. If purple had had 2 diamonds there, each earring would be worth 3 points, in which case I'd get 3 points, but I'd be giving purple 6 points, which is considered a good deal. Because I've given purple a good deal, I would get an extra card action. So you're giving something away, but you're also getting something back. And there's actually a little reminder here with the handshake icon. So if you give someone a good deal, you get an extra turn. If you manage to have one of each, again, there's a bonus area, 20, 15, 10, 5. This area is the harbour. To place there, you will need a ship card. Huzzah, ship card. So I'd get to place there and become part of the fleet. Now, initially with the ship cards, you're not going to gain points, but what you will get is movement on the harbour track. So in this case, I'd get to move my ship 2, which would give me 1 point. So this track around here will give you points or give you extra actions. Let's say that purple's the nearest. I need to put some green on. Let's say I had placed the 3rd ship. Now this fleet is now full. It's ready to set sail, and this is when I'll score points from the boat action. So this fleet here is going to set sail with these goods. Now, depending on the number of goods, depends on how you score, and that's at the bottom of the card here. So if you have 1 good, it's 1 point, 2 is 3, 3 is 6, and 4 is 10 points. So in this case here, we have 2 goods, it's worth 3 points. I have 2 boats in the fleet, so I'll get 6 points, and purple will get 3. Also, talking about ships, at any point in the game, you can play a card and use it just for the boat action. Every single card has got this wheel with a number in. So instead of taking the chosen action here, you can choose to move your boat the number shown there, which in this case I would move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd get an extra turn. So for me, that might be worth doing. So let's clear the board and do some play examples. Put my boat back at the start of the track. So 1, 2, 3, 4, right. I had that in hand. So that's my first card. I'm going to randomly draw cards for the other players. So that's purple's card and that's green card. So I'm going to go first, play in the neighbourhood, and I'm going to get 2 points. So why did I pick up purple? Then we're going to go to green, who is going to place on the chalice. So that will score them 1 whole point. And purple is going to place on the cross here. Now, because they've matched the symbol, that will get them 2 points. So these cards are discarded and we pass to the left. So green has that pile now, they're welcome to it. And I get these cards. So let's have a look at what we've got here. Oh, I'm going to go in the workshop. Let's draw randomly for them. So I am going to place in the workshop. I'm going to get some, I think that's ash. Green is going to place a boat and move 1, 2, 3 and get 1 point. So we're all on 2 points at the moment. And purple is going for a chalice. So they're going to get 2 points, and green is going to get 2 points. So now everyone's running away from me. Play will continue like this until either the deck runs out or until someone runs out of diamonds. So that's why you've popped those 3 aside. If you run out during your last turn, you've then got these 3 potentially for your last turn. When someone runs out of cards or diamonds, you play to the end of the round and then I was going to say tally up points, but actually everything in this game you score at the time. So let's just have my third action, which is going to be to go on the pigment. Now, this gets me 2 for each adjoining, so I'd score 4. Woohoo! Green is going to go on the lobster boy and score 2. And purple is going to mess up my neighbourhood and get 4 points. Swap cards round because we're nearly there. And what have I got here? I've got 2 cards. It's not a great choice. Don't like these. I am going to place on the swan here and hope to get some harbour action in. Green is going to place on fishes and score 2. And purple is going to go for those earrings. My goodness, green's going to score big there. So now I have 1 card. Well, all of us have 1 card left in our hand. So these are going to go over there and we start a new round. First thing we do in the round is 3 cards into the display, pass the start player card and draw 5 cards each. So when you've placed your last diamond or the deck of cards runs out, play to the end of the round and the player with the most points scores. There is no endgame scoring. It's simply points on the board. So, Mille Fiori in the Glittering Lagoon is a very typical Reiner Knizia. There's a lot of different ways to score, but the cards actually tell you what you need to know at the bottom. So once you've played it a couple of times, you go, oh yeah, that's how that works. There's a decent amount of player interaction here. There was a couple of things I said there, if you notice. On the harbour here, at the moment, if this fills, green is going to get 6 points. 10 points, sorry. If that 4th one's filled, they're going to get 10 points. So you kind of want to get in there and get some of that goodness. People can mess you up with the triangles here, and like if someone else comes in, goes there, they're going to get that extra turn that I've been working towards. Here, purple messed up my run. So there is a decent amount of player interaction, but it's not overly aggressive, which is what we like. It looks gorgeous on the table. These little plastic diamonds, which, you know, they are just plastic diamonds, make the whole thing shine and look really nice. Scales quite well, 2, 3 or 4 players. The one thing is that this card display can get quite excessive, especially early game before you've started getting the extra actions. When you start getting the extra actions, then that card pool sort of shrinks a little bit. It's quite simple, but it's got enough thought to it, which, let's say, that's typical Reiner Knizia games. There's some big old bumps for points. If you can get a couple of these 20 points, you're flying. The only thing that irks me slightly is we score high on this game. We play this quite a bit. We definitely hit over 100, and there's no way to actually mark that. And I wish there was some 100 markers or something like that for your scoring. The other day when we were playing, I think Rob was like, oh, I'm at 55. And I was like, no, you're at 155. But you've kind of got to remember that. I'm sure we've probably got something we can add to the game for that. This came out at Essen, oh goodness, 2021. It was kind of on my radar. It wasn't a priority. So by the time I went to get it, honestly, it had sold out. And I then saw it on the table and fell in love with it because it's so shiny. So it is available now. This obviously is a European copy. So this is from Schmidt. I don't know who's doing it anywhere else in the world. But check it out. Mille Fiori in the Glittering Lagoon. From Reiner Knizia. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, click like, subscribe, blah blah blah. You know the drill, just do it. Come and say hello on my other socials, on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I'm trying hard to be a bit more active on Facebook because I know you guys are chatting on there, which is really nice to see. I tend to neglect it a bit, so come and say hello there. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.